Hey guys, Joe Tarnowski here at ECRM's Pet Session in Chicago, and I'm with Howie from Bartell Drugs. Howie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate you having me.
So, Howie was one of the panelists on our pet panel discussion yesterday morning, and a big part of that discussion was CBD. So we're going to talk about his experience with that in the pet category. But before we do, can you talk a little bit about Bartell Drug and what you're doing in the pet category, because it's very unique compared to other mass retailers.
Bartell Drugs, family-owned drugstore chain, fourth generation, been in Seattle market for 129 years now, our anniversary actually right now. And pet, we have grown by focusing on pet specialty channel lines more than anything else, and also local. We, throughout the entire store and in the pet area as well, we distort local as much as we can, so we have a large block of local pet specialty products.
Mm-hmm. That is very unique. And as far as CBD, you just launched last week?
We just launched last week with pet CBD products.
Okay.
We launched with OTC CBD products, both internal tinctures and balms and creams last September. Okay. First ones out there to do it in our industry.
Great, and how's the experience been on the pet side since you launched?
It's been terrific so far, actually, sourcing the products. I benefited a lot from the OTC buyer, having done a lot of the hard work for me already and researching companies.
So that's a question I wanted to ask, because you're in a situation where, because you've already been in the CBD market on the healthcare side, OTC side, how did you tap into the work that they've been doing and applying it to pet?
The work we did there that really applies to pet and everything else we expand to, whether it's beauty or food, candy, is having done our research on the companies and the products, vetting companies that know what they're doing, sourcing quality hemp locally. We have a big focus on making sure we're pulling hemp out of local Washington, Oregon, and Colorado. Organic products as well, which fits our product mix and what we're trying to do. And doing the research on the companies, sourcing, testing, how they're qualitatively testing their batches and keeping the standards up and making sure the THC is below the thresholds needed, and CBD products are the right strengths of the CBD.
When you're merchandising these in pet, what kind of products do you have, and how are you merchandising them?
We have launched with a number of tinctures, various flavored and unflavored tinctures. We launched also with 2 organic treats made with CBD oil, and we are waiting on some product shipping right now and some additional treats, chews, and balm. As far as merchandising, we launched in our stores with an end cap in a locking cabinet, so it's all secure. Definitely a high retails and potential for high shrink. So we launched in a secure locking case, and we're now expanding to double the size of that and adding in pet
already
and beauty. Yeah,
doubling this. So now there's a lot of education needed, both for the staff and for to give to consumers. And it's more of a consultative approach, I would imagine, in dealing with consumers of these products. How are you handling that?
Like you mentioned, there's a huge growth in the CBD right now. It's all the rage, and a lot of it's just anecdotal. People, well, I tried it for my dog and it works, or I tried it for my sister and my aunt and it worked.
Gotcha.
So it's getting anecdotal fandom right now from people that love that it works. But as far as education for us, we've done a lot of groundwork already and created education for our employees first. We really communicate to employees, this is what it is, this is how it works, why it works, this is what we're carrying and how we vetted it. So everyone was clear on what we've done as far as the groundwork on efficacy, safety, and the legality of carrying it. We tackled that first with our employees, and then the second phase is communicating to our customers same things, what it is, what it's done, why they can trust us as a source for it. We've been trusted for a long time in all the things we carry, so we want them to trust us as a destination for CBD products as well. We do that with our marketing. We have a blog, a dedicated blog page to CBD products that you can visit at bartelldrugs.com, and we have social media, and we include it in our ads now as well.
Great, so they have a ton of resources to get this information.
Hit it everywhere, even on radio.
Excellent, excellent. So now here you're meeting with a lot of suppliers, and a lot of them are CBD suppliers. What kind of questions are you asking them? What kind of information do you want from them in these meetings?
I hit them. My first 3 questions are always the same. So if they went to the talk yesterday, they know what they are. It's where are you sourcing your hemp from? What are your testing standards? And what is your extraction process? And if they can't answer those questions, they're pretty much off my list immediately.
Gotcha. I guess that's a great way of doing that first line of vetting. If they do answer them, let's say whether it's here or whether it's in your office, if they do answer those questions successfully, what's the next step?
Next step is looking at the products and does it fit the needs that we have within the product line. There's so many different things you can do with CBD, from topicals and shampoos to treats to balms. There's just a lot of different applications. So it's whether or not the product fits the need that we have in our assortment. And then diving deeper into their answers on the initial questions on the testing. If they're going through a distributor, is the distributor doing their own third-party testing too? Things like that.
Now, it's probably a little early to ask what's next, but what's next? What do you see in the future?
What's next, I think, is probably just watching the initial rollout and seeing how it performs. Definitely promising early on. And then growing both the assortment and the space we're giving it in the stores. And really just trying to fulfill the different needs that our customers have.
Okay.
So, starting with tinctures and treats, adding chews, adding balms, things like shampoos could be next. And then beyond that, we're just adding other categories too, beauty and food and snacks.
Great. And do you see CVS and Walgreens getting into the market in a kind of big way? Pushing the industry further?
I think with the trend, you're definitely going to see them do that, and you're seeing them do that already. It's harder for them than it is for us, operating in a lot of different states, and even internationally in some ways. So it's harder for them with all the different regulations out there.
Yeah.
So you see them getting into people products and OTC right now, in topicals, but not ingestibles.
Okay.
So it's definitely a challenge there, but we do see them following suit.
Excellent. Well, thank you again for participating in the panel and for all this great information in the interview.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right.